Welcome to the 10 Minutes Gold Mine, where every book gives you a treasure of knowledge in just 10 minutes. Ego is the Enemy, Ryan Holiday. Introduction. Ego is often a silent enemy, shaping how we think, act, and interpret the world around us. It feeds on praise, amplifies our insecurities, and convinces us that we're invincible. In Ego is the Enemy, Ryan Holiday dissects the many ways ego sabotages success, prevents growth, and ultimately leads to failure. By using historical examples, philosophical insights, and contemporary examples, Holiday teaches us how we can identify and control our egos to unlock true potential. The book isn't about eliminating ego entirely, but about understanding it, using it as a tool, and keeping it in check when necessary. Part 1. Ego in Aspiration, the Trap of Overconfidence. Everyone starts with a vision, ambition, and desire for success, but the danger often arises when we let our ego inflate that desire into overconfidence. The earliest stage of success, in fact, is the time when we are most susceptible to ego's grip. In our quest for success, we might rush, cut corners, or make impulsive decisions because ego convinces us that we deserve greatness, even before we've earned it. Ego wants us to skip the work and feel that we've already reached the top. Holiday recounts the story of Genghis Khan, who despite being one of history's greatest conquerors, avoided the pitfalls of excessive pride. He remained committed to learning from others, building alliances, and focusing on his ultimate goals. Khan was never complacent with his knowledge. He was always a student, which allowed him to continually evolve and achieve even more extraordinary success. Contrast this with many who let early accomplishments inflate their egos, eventually leading to their downfall. One powerful lesson here is that, no matter how successful you are or how many milestones you hit, you must always remain humble. The more knowledge you acquire, the more you realize how little you actually know. The moment we start believing we have all the answers, we stop growing. Ask yourself, are you so focused on looking successful that you've stopped focusing on the hard work required to improve? Have you fallen into the trap of believing you deserve success without earning it first? If you've been caught up in this mindset, it's time to reassess. Stay humble and stay hungry for more knowledge. Part 2. Ego in Success, the Danger of Believing Your Own Hype. Achieving success is one of life's great challenges, but maintaining it is where many fall short, because ego enters the picture. After success, ego convinces us that we are untouchable, that we've figured everything out. The moment you start believing your own hype is the moment your downfall begins. Ego tricks us into thinking we don't need to keep improving because we've already made it. Holiday provides numerous examples, one of the most striking being Napoleon Bonaparte. At the height of his empire, Napoleon's ego became his downfall. His overconfidence led him to ignore advice and warnings, and he overextended his empire. His hubris blinded him, and he eventually lost everything. In contrast, leaders like Bill Belichick, head coach of the New England Patriots, remain grounded and committed to constant improvement. They don't allow success to cloud their judgment. Instead, they continue to refine their craft, ensuring that they stay sharp and focused. Humility is the antidote to success-driven ego. Acknowledging that you have more to learn, no matter how successful you become, is key to long-term achievement. It's about recognizing that success is a process, not a destination. Real professionals remain humble, continue to work hard, and stay disciplined. Think about it. Have you ever let your success cloud your judgment? Have you ignored feedback, or thought you knew everything because of your past wins? Success can often lead to complacency, and it's crucial to stay vigilant. Remember that no matter how far you go, there is always more to learn and achieve. Part 3. Ego in Failure, How Ego Keeps You Down. Failure is inevitable. We all face setbacks, but ego makes them harder to handle. When we fail, the ego wants us to blame others, avoid responsibility, or make excuses. This reaction can make it almost impossible to learn from our failures and move forward. Holiday tells the story of John DeLorean, an automotive engineer who achieved early success but was ultimately undone by his ego. DeLorean's arrogance made him think he was invincible, and he refused to learn from his mistakes or accept feedback. Rather than adapting when things went wrong, he doubled down on his poor decisions, ultimately ruining his career and reputation. Ego is particularly dangerous in failure because it keeps us from facing the truth. Instead of accepting responsibility, we allow our pride to keep us stuck. Successful people, however, use failure as a learning tool. Thomas Edison, who failed numerous times before perfecting the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's approach to failure allowed him to continue innovating and eventually succeed. Reflect on your own experiences. Have you allowed your ego to prevent you from learning from your failures? Are you blaming circumstances or others for your setbacks instead of taking responsibility? It's essential to face failure head-on and learn from it. Only by doing this can we truly grow. Part 4. Overcoming Ego, the Path to Mastery. Now that we've seen how ego impacts aspiration, success, and failure, the next step is learning how to overcome it. Ryan Holiday suggests several practical strategies for keeping ego in check and staying on the path to mastery. 1. Adopt a student mindset. No matter how much you know, there is always more to learn. This mindset keeps you humble and open to new ideas. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, read constantly, and be curious. By remaining a student, you continuously grow, even after achieving success. 2. Detach from praise and criticism. External validation, whether positive or negative, can drive ego. Praise feeds it, while criticism can hurt it. Instead of focusing on how others perceive you, focus on the work itself. When you detach from both praise and criticism, you can maintain clarity and keep your ego in check. 3. Embrace hard work and discipline. Talent alone isn't enough. Consistency, discipline, and the willingness to work hard every single day are what lead to lasting success. Successful people don't coast. They continue to put in the work, even when things are going well. The discipline to show up and keep going, day after day, is what separates those who last from those who burn out. 4. Serve a higher purpose. Ego thrives when we focus on personal glory and recognition. But when we shift our focus to serving others, creating value, and contributing to a greater cause, ego loses its grip. Purpose-driven work keeps us grounded and prevents us from getting lost in our own self-importance. The best way to beat ego is not by fighting it head-on but by embracing these practices. When you remain a student, focus on the work, and serve others, ego can no longer control you. Ask yourself, are you continuously learning, or are you letting ego get in the way of your growth? Are you motivated by external validation, or are you more focused on the work itself? And when setbacks happen, are you learning from them, or letting ego prevent you from moving forward? Conclusion. Ego is a constant battle in the journey toward success. It blinds us to our faults, inflates our successes, and keeps us stuck in failure. However, by staying humble, detached from praise and criticism, and focusing on continuous growth, we can defeat ego and unlock our true potential. True success doesn't come from believing we have it all figured out but from always striving to improve. Now, think about your own journey. Have you ever let ego get in the way of your growth? Have you ignored feedback or become complacent after success? Or have you struggled to recover from failure because your ego wouldn't let you face reality? Let's talk about it in the comments. That's it for today's 10 Minutes Gold Mine. If you found value in this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep mining for more golden knowledge. See you in the next one.